Shah Jahan was not able to urinate for the past 3 days. He had an sexual illness for which he was treated by the doctors with medicines, but the medicines had an heating effect on his body which caused his penile tube to swell, and he was not able to urinate. Due to this reason, he could not get up from his place and go to the court. As it was a sexual malaise, it was kept as a secret from other people, apart from the royal doctor, Prince Darashikoh, and Princess Jahanara. No one was allowed to enter the emperor's chamber. The servants, mistresses, and eunuchs in Shah Jahan's harem were not able to understand what had happened to the emperor and why everyone except Darashikoh and Jahanara were not allowed to enter the emperor's bedroom, even though the movement of the royal doctor was still persistent. Some weasel servants of the harem also spreaded the false rumors that Darashikoh and Jahanara had apprehended the emperor, and the emperor now only issues guided orders by Darashikoh. The harem's servants, mistresses, and eunuchs, in their hastiness, had spread false rumors inside the Red Fort and throughout the Delhi's kingdom. Some servants whispered to their family and relatives that the emperor has not been imprisoned. In fact, the emperor has died and that Darashikoh and Jahanara are ruling in his name by raising rumors of his illness. Shah Jahan's 3 princesses, Purhunar Begum, Roshanara Begum, and Gohra Begum, also exaggerated the condition of Shah Jahan's illness and sent a letter to the prince of their side, after which the uneasiness of every prince sitting thousands of kilometers away from the capital increased day by day. The constant desire to occupy the Red Fort was causing discomfort to the prince's mind, and their fortitude and moderation were not in place. The question of succession in Mughal regime was anyway solved only by the blood of the princes. From generation to generation, Mughal princes used to kill each other to get their father's throne and wealth. Shah Jahan's sons were not different either. A dangerous amalgamation of Changezi and Temuri blood was thirsting through their veins, which never understood any language other than war and bloodshed. So, before moving on to the rebellious history of Shah Jahan's sons, let's go back and dig through the papers of the history of Temuri and Changezi history. Babur, who laid the foundation of the Mughal kingdom in India, ran away from his 2 ancestral kingdoms, Samarkand and Fargana, because Babur's paternal uncle Ahmad Mirza captured the Rhine of Samarkand and maternal uncle Mahmud Khan captured Fargana's kingdom from Babur, and in order to save his life, Babur had to remain hidden in the mountains for 3 years. While wandering in the hills, Babur was informed of the weak political situation in India, which excited him. He left for India with some of his army and thousands of unemployed youth like him, who joined his army hoping for a better future. Babur successfully established his kingdom in India with this army. Babur had 4 sons, Humayun, Kamran, Askari, and Hindal. Babur loved his family very much and was well aware of the importance of family unity. Until the king's family wanted, no king could enjoy his own reign. When Babur was nearing death, he declared his eldest son Humayun as the king of India and made him vow that he would love his brothers, forgive their crimes, and would never kill them. When Babur died, Humayun divided his reign amongst his brothers so that his brothers won't fight for the kingdom. Nevertheless, Humayun's brothers Kamran, Askari, and Hindal began scabbing with their elder brother and betrayed him on every step. Due to this, Humayun's kingdom slipped out of his hands. Humayun killed his younger brother Mirza Hindal when he reoccupied India after 10 years, under the refuge of the Persian Emperor Tahmasp. He busted the eyes of his second brother Kamran and sent him to Makkah, and also sent the third brother Mirza Askari with him. Humayun himself died after a few days. When Humayun died, he had two sons alive, of whom the eldest son Akbar was only 13 years old, and his second son Hakim Khan was a minor. Akbar's patron Bairam Khan made Akbar as the king of Indian provinces and Humayun's younger son Hakim Khan the king of Kabul. But Hakim Khan's mother Chuchak Begum gained support from the Uzbeks to seize Akbar's kingdom and conspired to make her son the king of India. Akbar's mentor Bairam Khan severely repressed Hakim Khan and his allies, and also expelled Hakim Khan from Kabul. Finally, Hakim Khan fell on the feet of his elder brother Akbar and apologized. Akbar gave him the kingdom of Kabul again. Hakim Khan ruled over Kabul for 30 years. After the death of Hakim Khan in 1585, Akbar merged his kingdom with his brother's kingdom. Akbar had four sons: Salim, Murad, Danial, and Hussein. Only Salim was alive till Akbar's old age. Of these, Murad and Danial died of heavy alcohol consumption. Salim had no rival since the king had only one surviving son. Yet, in desire to gain the kingdom, he rebelled against his father Akbar twice and killed many of his father's servants, friends, relatives, and ministers. For this reason, Akbar declared Salim's elder son Khusro as his successor. One day, Salim suddenly entered Akbar's palace when Akbar was on his deathbed due to illness and was counting his last days. Salim took his grandfather Humayun's sword that was hanging near Akbar's bed. Akbar got frustrated with his life and asked his ministers to place the emperor's crown on Salim's head. In this way, Salim became the king in the name of Jahangir when his father Akbar was alive. After that, he tortured his son Khusro. Jahangir sewed his son Khusro's dearest friends into the skins of donkeys and oxen alive and hanged hundreds of his other colleagues in a row that was almost a mile long. Khusro was then made to sit on an elephant and was shown the queue of hanging dead bodies. He was told to stop in front of every man's corpse and bow down and accept his salute. After this insult, Khusro's eyes were ruptured and he was put into prison. 17 years later, Jahangir handed him over to another son, Khurram, so that Khurram would not rebel against his father Jahangir. Khurram tortured and killed his blind and elder brother Khusro in the fort of Burhanpur. A few days later, Khurram rebelled against his father Jahangir. Khurram's elder brother Parvez pushed him to South India. Khurram sat calmly for a few days, but as soon as Jahangir died, Khurram fought a war of succession against Nur Jahan and his other brother Shahryar. In the end, Khurram blinded the Mughal emperor Shahryar and his sons and got them killed. The sons of his second brother Danyal were also blinded and killed. He also killed the only surviving son of his deceased brother Khusro, Dawar Baksh, and sat gracefully on his father's throne. Shah Jahan is said to have murdered 18 Mughal princes who were either his uncles or his brothers. A couplet in this regard is said as follows: सबल सगाई न गिने, सबला में नहीं सीर, खुर्रम 18 मारिया के काका के बीर. Today, the same Khurram was the emperor in the name of Shah Jahan, and